Oh, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon from Gigi.
Yeah.
See, look,
Well,
it still looks like he's pointing at you, and yeah, I know I'm on it.
Yeah.
The strangeness of my camera.
I know.
Sun shining, although it was raining before. The sun's shining.
It's a really nice day out there.
But yesterday,
Oh God, it were awful.
it did nothing but rain. They were also, a lady said to me she was in South Wales, I think. It's how beautiful it was. That's South Wales, Wales, not South Wales, Australia. And she was saying how beautiful it was, and she had the windows open, and I thought, send some of the weather up here, please, because
Well,
we don't
they
have
did.
it. Yeah, they did.
Because it, like I say, it's lovely out there. I must admit, proper autumnal.
Yeah, I still got my beaker, and it is still keeping me coffee warm because I made this before you came, didn't I?
Yeah. I've just got my cup of tea.
It's not hot, but it's still
Just
drinkable.
right for drinking.
Just right for drinking, yes. Well, I'll start with what I've got to show, and then we'll go over to Sue. Yeah.
Right-o.
Right, I haven't got a lot to show.
Oh, you've got that lovely.
I've got this
Lovely
far,
cotton.
and I've nearly done the front bands on it. And I've done the sleeves, but they're not stitched in, as you can see, obviously. Sleeves are done.
Do you know, this is the one that's got absolutely lovely drape, and it's quite heavy too.
It's got
Little bit.
700 grams of the cream in it, plus 200 grams of this.
It's lovely.
So it's got to be heavy, girls. If it gets posted, it's got to be heavy. And what else did I get? The credit card bill, but there's nothing on it.
Well, hey.
Nothing on it.
Gigi wants to see.
And I watched a video called Potter and Bloom, she's called. She does mostly knitting, although she does do crocheting.
No, come and sit down.
And she was wearing, it would have been her birthday, and she treated herself to a nice necklace. And she had a coupon code. I could get solely percentage off if I ordered. And this lady's called Lana Boo, B-O-U, that she ordered hers from. And of course I had to go and have a look, didn't I?
As you do.
As I do, yeah. And it was really, really nicely packaged. I can't hold it up because there's bits of tissue paper and there's all sorts of things. But I did like the little card that she sent me, which was so much yarn, is it so little time. And she also sent me another little card.
That applies to both of us, doesn't it?
Yeah, she sent me another card that says, whoops, Tar Motchley. Sorry about that. That was Sky for a change. She sent a poppy. And the little thing I'm going to show you came in that. But when I opened it, I got showered with a load of tiny, minute sequin things.
Right.
So it was quite a
surprise.
surprise, yeah.
It's in the lid bit.
Right. What have I bought? Right, here you go.
All that packaging.
All that packaging, and this is what I bought. It's a necklace. It says crocheter or crocheter, if you can't read it. You can get them done in other colours. You don't have to have purple. I think Potter and Bloom, she's got hers in red. There's quite a few colours, and they make them up for you. Whoops. They're not cheap, but they're not dead expensive. But I just fancied it. Didn't wear it today.
Just you.
Didn't wear it today because I'm wearing a different colour.
You need purple on for that, or?
Yes, I do. And then the only other thing that I've got, which just arrived just as Sue was here, is, I know I can crochet, but this is called Learn to Crochet, Love to Crochet. And there are some nice designs
there's
in
some
it.
nice patterns in.
You know, you don't have to be a beginner to make something in plain crochet, really, do you? We like the... Where's it
One or
gone?
two we liked in there, aren't there?
Yeah. I'm just trying to work out where it is. I'm trying not to show you any details because, of course, it's a paid-for book, isn't it? You know, and you have to be so careful what you're showing. It shows you things like how to do the stitches, how to do mattress stitch. Oh yeah, that's the cardigan we both liked. It's just done in plain. I just love the colourways.
It is, it's lovely. And
Yeah.
you would never think to put pink buttons on with
With that
you know,
colour? No, I wouldn't have
with
thought that,
like
no.
yellows and
The lady's called
browns.
Anna Wilkinson, I forgot to say that. Anyway, inside the book, there's quite... I don't want to show you everything that's in the book. Because
there were one or two nice...
Why would you buy the book otherwise, would you? And we were like one or two of the cardigans, didn't we, the sweaters?
Yeah.
I mean, another one we both liked was that one there. It's like granny stitch with all bright colours. We liked that one, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then there was a pink cardigan that was like lacy, wasn't there?
Yeah.
There's a lot
More
of hats
open
in it and a lot of all sorts in it.
Yeah, but it's a nice selection of stuff.
But it is a nice selection. Even if you're not a beginner, I would say, you know, there's some
Yeah.
things in it you like. That's the another picture of the tweed cardi that's not on anybody. I Sue said I wouldn't have thought of putting pink buttons on it, but it's nice.
Yeah, but it works.
It works, it works. There's a few things that we don't like, isn't there? But
Well, you get that in any book, any pattern book.
oh, that's the other one. It's called a fan stitch cardigan. That's another one we liked. So I'm not going to go through the whole book unless you actually... Oh, that was the other one we really both liked.
Yeah.
That one there.
Sort of like a herringbone type,
Yeah.
tweedy type pattern, isn't it?
I love it. I love I love it in those colours, but Sue would like it in...
Yeah, more muted colours.
Yeah. Somebody asked me the other day, what colours does Sue like? I said she likes all the muted. I said, I hesitate to say dirty, but she...
No, I tend to like...
Anyway,
Well, you have to say that. I did have a penchant for lime green
at one stage
at
you
one
did.
stage,
Yeah. Mm.
but not the bright lime green, the sort of
Well,
dirty lime green. I'll go for that one.
dirty, like I said before, dirty.
Yeah.
Right, that's me done what I've got today. Not an awful lot's been done in this household.
Well, not a lot's been done since last time I came because I've been at work, but I managed to finish off.
Work gets in the way of life, you'll have to stop it. You know.
I know. I finished off to a point where all I'm doing is like weaving ends in.
Wouldn't be Sue, she didn't have tails hanging out.
But I thought I'll fetch it before Freya has it. And there we are, there's Freya's poncho.
Yes, I think you'll be able to see it. Let's just lift it a little bit, just in case.
Not
Not quite sure where this camera's pointing.
Yeah, with the, you know, the cowl neck on it.
Yeah.
And which she tried it on,
Mm-hmm.
and she loves it. She said, "Oh, she said you did do it multicoloured." I said, "Well, I said I promised I would." And I think she likes the fact that the fringing is all
Different
multicolours
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
But I must admit, I thought it was good. The neck is perfect on her,
Yeah.
but the body, she'll not wear it for long. It needs
You give it a good block.
maybe, a few more clusters
Yeah. To do
from
it,
the neck.
Yeah. Give it a good stretchy when it's wet.
Yeah. So,
Last a bit longer.
yeah, it's just sort of,
Well, the trouble is they
you know,
revert
around
back.
the shoulders and everything.
They revert
so.
back, don't they, when they go washed?
But no, she likes it, so I shall do another one.
Yeah, because you hesitate to kill it, don't you? You know,
Yeah.
An iron.
I shall do another one in the colours that I showed you last time. The
Yes, you showed
those
us.
Woodlander.
Yeah.
I've not brought them
Yeah.
this time.
Oh, and I did buy something else, didn't I? I bought that hook.
Oh yes, you did.
I bought a Knit Pro hook purely because I was trying to crochet with a 12mm hook, and all I had was plastic ones, and they just wouldn't work with the yarn I was working. So I actually succumbed and bought a Knit Pro crochet hook. I'm not usually a fan of paying a lot of money for a hook, but I must admit it's
nice.
It's a nice hook.
I must admit it. You know, you get hold of it and you think
it's
you
got
know,
that like
it's got a bit of weight to it, bit of banters with
black
say
sort
Lancashire.
of softish handle.
Yeah.
It's got. I would show you, but it's over there. Doesn't mean to say I'm going to go out and buy a whole set.
Well, no, there's an advert in one of the magazines, and it's for Knit Pro crochet hooks, and the bigger ones look like yours, but the
Yeah.
smaller ones look like they've got a proper lip on
Yeah.
the handle, if you will.
No, this one is because it's a 12mm. It just goes like down to almost to a point at the other
Yeah.
end, doesn't it? So it doesn't have that big blip, you know, where the body is.
Yeah.
That's the bit I don't like. When the body like is thicker than the hook.
Yeah.
But this one, with it being a fat hook, it's just seamless, isn't it? It just goes
Yeah.
across. So I quite like it. Whether I would like the smaller ones is, I don't know.
Right.
I do have a smaller one, don't I? Because I got one sent to me from Doris Chan sent me one, didn't she?
Yes.
Well, it was a tulip hook she sent me, I think. And then I got one sent from Ice Yarns.
Right.
I can't remember what that is, but I haven't used either of those two because I haven't been using that size.
Right, well, I've started me on my Galaxy.
Oh yeah, on your
My Christmas stars.
Christmas stars, yeah.
So,
Are they stars or are they snowflakes?
the stars.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to block out the points.
Yeah.
But no, the little 5-point stars for the Christmas fair for...
What you
The
can do and
grandchildren's
all
school.
is, I don't think I've still got any
So
left.
still
I had some, you know when you do the Mod Podge stuff, the,
yeah, like
glue.
PVA.
yeah, you can get some very, very fine glittery stuff. You know that they make, they put on
Right.
cards.
Yeah.
And you put it in
that and then...
and no, you put it in the glue, that's right, and then you just put it into, but they say put it on a paper because when you finish with it, you can actually scoop it back into the little tube. They come
Right.
in a tiny, tiny little tube. You'll get them in the craft shop, but you know what kids use?
Yeah.
Put on Christmas cards and stuff. And I got that tip from when we were making stars.
Right.
But to be honest with you, I don't think it was my sprinkles. I think we just had sprinkles
Yeah.
between us all, if you know what I mean. Because we all made these things and then we all stiffened them with PVA glue. And then we got these sprinkles like put on while the glue was wet. I think if I remember rightly it was Rachel.
Well, I've done 6, so there's several dozen more to go.
Yeah, but you can definitely get that. When you get your glue, get one of them. They sell them anywhere, don't they? It's
Yeah.
like sprinkly stuff.
Yeah.
Very, very fine.
Yeah. But no, I thought,
Yeah.
oh, they're looking quite pretty.
Yeah, but do put a piece of newspaper on the table.
Oh, yes.
Otherwise you'll have
yes.
a sprinkled up cat.
A shiny cat.
Shiny.
Sorry, Gigi, I'm putting my stars on you. Awfully sorry.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been up to. Oh, you might want to see...
Notice how he deserts me when Sue's here. I only had to say, Sue's here, and he jumped off me, ran towards the door, barking.
Those are Sue colours.
So those are definitely Sue colours. What are you making?
It's going to be... I'm going to go out like a Bactus.
Yeah, well, that's nice. It's all glittery. I don't. You can see the glitter. This camera doesn't pick up glitter.
But that's...
Yeah,
the,
those are the colours. Yeah. Why does your camera never pick up glitter?
I don't know. Yeah, but it don't... It's quite a fine glitter too. It's not like those
Yeah,
big...
but I mean, even so, I've seen other people's cameras that pick up glitter. And mine doesn't.
Right.
Can you
But
imagine
no,
me?
I like those sort of colours and the greens and...
I do so.
Greens and purples and...
I like cardigans
pink
in that kind
yeah.
of colour because they go with so many things.
Yeah.
Can you imagine going into a camera shop saying, yes, I want a camera that
That'll
wants
pick
to
up.
pick up glitter?
I'm losing my wool. It's one of them.
And they'll be saying, pardon?
It's one of them stupidly wound.
I want a camera that will pick up Lurex.
Yes.
They said, do you mean you want a magnetic camera?
Well, I'm on the hunt for a digital SLR camera for my eldest granddaughter.
Oh, yeah.
She's doing photography as, you know, part of her schoolwork and
Yeah.
what have you.
Oh, she now at 14.
She'll be 15 this time.
I haven't time for that.
Anyway, I asked her what sort of cameras they used at school because she was,
Sky.
you know, telling me all about what they were doing with them and
Yeah.
everything. So
Oh, I bet they're
we've
really
been on
expensive, yeah.
They are quite expensive, but we went on eBay and there was a model similar to, same make, model similar to.
Yeah.
And it only had 3 days to go and it was at £11.
Oh,
So we put a maximum bid in
yeah. And hope for the best.
and hope for the best. Anyway, it's gone past the maximum bid, and we're not bidding any more than £100.
No,
You know,
no.
it's
My son got a lovely camera. I think he got that off eBay. And he's been taking photographs. He's been out the back sitting on the decking.
yeah.
And I thought, what's he doing? He's out there forever. And he's been taking photographs of birds and everything that was flying. And the detail he's got on these birds is absolutely superb. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, no, we've got.
I can't remember how much he paid for it, but it should have been about £500-600. And I know he didn't pay anything.
Yeah.
Anything like that.
Well, no, John treated himself to a new camera.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was when we went to Canada, and it was his 50th birthday, so he sort of like treated himself to this camera, and it was really expensive. And like he said, you know, these days it not be worth, you know, half of what he's paid for it. But that's a nice.
Yeah. Well, my ex-husband, when we were together, he bought this. He went to a camera club, you know, you do, to learn how to do these things properly. And he bought this camera that cost him an arm and a leg. I couldn't take a photo with it. Because you had to twiddle this and twiddle that and get this right, that right.
Now, do you know what? We've got an ordinary, you know, 36mm film camera, SLR, with all the thingy lens. And
well, his was filmed.
Do you know,
it was that
I can take cracking pictures with that. You know, just getting the focus and...
He took some wonderful photographs with it. But it was back in the day, like you said, before digital. So it wouldn't be any use to me. But I could never work it. I used to say, can I have a point and snap one, please?
Point and click, do they call them?
Yeah, I had another one for a long, long time that was film. Then my first digital one was one with rechargeable batteries. Every time I touched it would run out. You couldn't take anything.
Mine's like that. But I don't say it now because he bought it for me birthday.
But this one mine's got a rechargeable big battery.
Yeah.
And it does last about an hour, I think, before it runs out.
Right.
I run out of room, I think, on my card.
Yeah.
Before I run out of battery, yeah. Oh, Gigi's snoring now.
But I must admit, these digital ones, they're alright until you want to take pictures in good weather, and then you're sort of like trying to look at the little screen.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't see a damn thing, can you? It's like these phones.
Yeah.
All these smartphones, you get them in a certain angle and you
can't see anything.
Can't see what I'm doing.
I mean, I only paid about £100 in a sale for this one, brand new, this Canon. But it was at a time when I just really didn't have much money at all, and the other camera had failed on me. And I thought, well, I've got to have a camera.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if I'm trying to sell on Etsy and things, I've got to have at least a decent photograph. You can't take photographs with a webcam picture, you know, no matter how good it is. You got to have better detail, you know, for actually selling things, because people want to see close-ups of the stitch and stuff like that. They're not going to buy something with a long-distance fuzzy photo, are they, you know? And so I bought this one, kind of looked around for the best I could buy, for the cheapest I could buy. And this one was down to half price, because it was like the end of a model, because they brought a new one out.
Yeah.
So they were getting rid of all the older ones.
Well, that's it. I mean, it's sort of like the one that, you know, I got the details for, was, say, for the 700. But then there was a 600, a 610, a 500, a 5 summer and a summer other, all previous.
Yeah.
And, you know, to all intents and purposes, they were all basically the same.
I mean, I'm not a technophobe. I'm still cross at the fact that my Vista Windows on my PC phased out. I still get cross about things like that. I mean, I think it's new. I mean, it's probably about 5 years old now, but that's new to me.
Yeah.
When you think I had the other one about 15 years, the other PC, I had my Windows one that kaputted me.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I call everything with a slimline new. You know? If it's a slimline TV, it's a new one, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, the TV I've got here, I've had this about 2-3 years now. That's new to me.
Yeah.
I mean, these people
I know,
have
but
to
they bring out different
something
models.
new every
and,
year.
yeah.
They have to, I can't cope.
No.
Financially or mentally, I can't
That's
cope.
it.
Yeah? You know, I can't be going with these new gizmo phones that turn the lights on for you and control your heating from your home. You know? Can't be doing with them. And
No, I must admit, this is the first, my phone now, it's the first phone I've really sort of thought about using all the features on it.
My Harry was telling me a funny story last night. A friend of his is doing up his cottage. It's an old cottage that was his mum's. And they want to keep it all in keeping with that era.
Yeah.
So they were laying down these like stone flagstones outside, and as fast as they were putting them, people were coming and taking them, yeah?
Yeah.
So they got this app, you know, from his phone and something like that, and it's linked to a security camera. And if anybody's like faffing about, it rings his phone. And apparently he can speak through this camera.
Yeah.
So it rings him up about 6 o'clock one morning, and he looks through the camera and he sees these blokes, and they're like prying up his flagstones, you know. So he's like, "Oi, what do you think you're doing?" It was only his workmen for the house that had come early. The ones that were actually laying the flags.
Oh no.
And they're like, what's going on? And he's like, "Oh, sorry, mate." But he was so determined to catch these thieves, you know, that were, you know, stealing his flags.
Yeah.
And they were like, "It's us." You know. My friend used to have one, because she backed onto some like playing fields and that.
Yeah.
And there was always kids like prowling about and going in her back garden and everything. And she had this security camera, because I used to think, what's she got it pointed at nothing for, you know?
Yeah.
Pointing. She said it's surprising, you know, like what you see in these fields, you know, like. She said, I don't want to. I mean, at one time she went in the kitchen, no curtains like me, to make a drink, and there was like a face at the window, you know, that scared the living daylights out of her. So she decided after that she put this security camera up. But Harry had one when he lived in Spain, because there was lots of, how can I put it, the gypsy type people hanging around, and he had motorbikes and stuff that... I mean, the dogs were good early warning systems, but even so, say they took the dogs for a walk or something, he wanted them, you know, so we had it up in the trees where, you know, it was taking notice of everybody that was like snooping about, you know, which they would get a lot of snoopers. I wonder why my footstool was coming towards me. Guy's asleep on the other side of it, and she keeps
stretching out and just
touching. And I kept thinking, my footstool's coming closer to me knee. I know our house is a bit spooky, but blimey.
No, it's the dog. It's the dog.
Mind you, it must have been drafts a lot of this, because that door stopped swinging open as much, you know. We'd all be sitting here watching the TV programmes. Luckily we weren't watching anything with Halloween in it, you know.
Sitting on the door.
The door would go ding, and it actually opens the latch to come in. It just...
Well, it sounds like it does.
Yeah, it can't be. It must be just not latched properly.
Yeah.
And it just looks like... You don't see the latch go down, you just hear the noise. I mean, that would be spooky if we saw the latch go down. But you just hear the sound that sounds like the latch going down, and then the door swings wide open. And I mean, Harry always goes, "Come in." I had a friend of mine, she used to peel off the ceiling every time it happened. She's like, "Oh, I don't like your house, it's spooky." I said, "It's not spooky, it's just old, it just creaks and it groans, you know." The only time it worries me sometimes is I've got that wood ceiling in the dining room. And when the family's gone out and I'm in on my own, it sounds like somebody's walking across the floorboards upstairs. And what it is the heat and the cool.
Yeah.
It's creaking
Cooling
the
down,
floorboards. And every now and again it'll give like a crack.
Yeah.
And you know, you're thinking... Sometimes it does make me go, "Oh, what's that?"
Yeah.
I know what it is. It's nothing spooky at all. Nobody in the house, nobody walking about. It's just there. far as I know, touch wood, there's no haunting in this house.
That's it.
When we came to look at it, the couple who were living in it went, "You're all right because nobody's died in this house." And I thought, what a funny thing to say. She says, "Oh, I'm a bit peculiar about that." She says, "I never want to move in a house where somebody's died in it." She says, "Because I always think they might come back to haunt me." So she
I never even thought about that.
So she thought I'd reassure you that. I mean,
Yeah.
still nobody's died in this house unless you count pets, goldfish, mice, a couple of cats and a dog, yeah. But humans, as far as I know, I think I'm still alive. So I think, yeah.
I'll vouch for that. She's still alive.
Just about.
Do you know, I wouldn't know whether anybody had died in our house or not.
I think it's
I've
more
done-
older houses because today, if you've got something wrong with you, like a heart attack or something, they usually cart you off to the hospital, so you usually don't die
No.
in your own house, do you really, you know?
Well, you know, when you've lived in older houses, I know,
We had a house
sort of
where
like,
somebody
you know,
died,
the terraces
yeah.
that I've lived in.
Yeah, they must have been
Must
people.
have been.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Well, my mother was convinced we had a ghost when we lived in Cheriton because it was this old rambling house that had a shop underneath it, and the house was kind of like to the side and above. And there was some very strange goings on in that house. And my mother knew, but didn't tell me until actually the house had been demolished, that a girl had hung herself off the balusters
all right.
many, many moons before, and that's why nobody would buy the house.
I think if there's been something like that or a murder,
Yeah. It can.
there's a house that I pass regularly, and it was unfortunately the place where somebody got murdered.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I mean, it's a lovely house, but I think if you know the history,
You don't want
might
to go and
not.
live in it, do you?
I don't know why, because I'm not.
Well, I was probably an impressionable teenager when we moved in that house, so probably Mum didn't say anything. But there was definitely some peculiar goings on. Oh, probably could have been explained.
Yeah.
But my mum always used to say, well, if it's a ghost, it's a friendly ghost, you know?
Yeah.
And she told me after the house was demolished. Because there was like very, you know, like you look down balusters and you can look down 3 flights. Well, she went from the top apparently,
God.
you know.
Oof.
And after that, the neighbours and everybody living around wouldn't buy the house.
Yeah.
When we came around, you know, I mean, people used to say strange things to me, saying, "I'm surprised you bought the house," you know. And I used to think it's a bit weird. What are they saying that to me for? And yeah, well, I didn't know until it was demolished.
No.
So now she's haunting Asda.
Oh, right.
Because that's what they built on the
side
sides of my old
I've
house.
lived in a few old houses, you know, sort of circa late 1800s
Yeah.
and 1900, round about that time when they were all building, you know, obviously terraced houses for the mills,
Yeah.
the mill workers.
I mean, I can say like that odd things have happened. Because odd things have happened in this house. But I've never actually been convinced like that there's a ghost, or never seen anything that looks like a ghost. You know, there are all sorts of things that could be explained away.
Yeah.
You know, things that move. You know,
Man, the thing is, it's,
you know, it depends
your
on...
mind plays tricks on you sometimes
Yeah,
as well,
exactly.
doesn't
You know,
it? So,
I don't know. I mean, my mother used to be convinced, you know, that we had ghosts, but I don't know whether her feelings kind of rubbed off on me.
Yeah.
Because when you're a teenager, you're very susceptible to being told, "Oh, we've got a ghost," or something like that, you know, and you think, "Oh." So every time there's a creak, you think, "Yep, there's a ghost." The only thing that used to worry me was the dog used to see something. And the dog would go, and follow this, whatever it was. Always the same path, you know, across between 2 doors. And she used to get her hackles up. And she used to literally follow something with her eyes. And I used to think, that's a bit strange. Because they
might have been a spider on the carpet or something.
No, she was looking up. Might have been a spider on the wall, but I don't know. But she always was looking up, you know.
Yeah.
And she was weird like that. Did I have a psychic dog? Did I have a mystic Meg dog?
Well, you never know, you might have done.
Yeah.
Gee, are you feeling very clairvoyant today?
No, I don't think he's got
No.
clairvoyance in him.
No.
Gigi's just feeling very sleepy today because he's sleeping on my tummy. And the other two dogs are fast asleep, that's why they're snoring. My daughter-in-law came in, went out, didn't she? And
Yeah.
upset them greatly because they thought she was staying. But
They've settled back down now.
yes. So what's your plans for the rest of the week? Are you working?
Yeah, I'm working all over weekend again. Oh joy.
Oh joy, deep joy.
Yeah, but it's not so bad. We'll get through.
I've forgotten what it was ever like to work.
Oh God.
Do you know, you spend most of your life, don't you, having to get up and go to work. And then you retire and it just kind of like, you forget what it was like to ever have to get up, go anywhere on time, you know?
Believe me, it
It's
still
like-
does exist for
No,
a
it's,
lot of
but
us.
it's almost like I've erased it from your
Yeah.
memory, you know? They say you erase traumatic things, don't you? Because my last job was traumatic, believe me. And I just can't really remember, unless you just discard it from your memory because you just don't want to remember it. You know, I remember
maybe
some of
so.
the horrific bad events that were there. I work with the general public, and when you're telling them you're not giving them any money that month, they do get a little bit upset with you. So, you know. But I've kind of like blotted it out. You know, I just lost the regime. I don't even know what day it is half the time. Mind you, that's
Mind you, I'm like that. 'Cause I think,
confusion.
you know, because like I work
Yeah.
24/7 over, you know, a 6-week rota. So when you're working weekends and everything, you just lose track of. You know, it's this week.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I was convinced yesterday was Wednesday.
See, I nearly saw you yesterday then.
Well, yeah. You know, and it's sort of like I did take some convincing mentally this morning. Yeah, it is Wednesday. No, I've not overslept.
I know it sounds a very sad old thing to say, but I know what day it is by the day the dustbin men come. They come on a Wednesday.
Must be Wednesday. Bin men are
Bin
here.
men are here. It's got to be Wednesday. But I've got to remember Tuesday. Do you know, I'm that bad. I actually get an email now that comes up, pops up Tuesday. Don't forget to put your bins out. That's how bad I am.
Well, I once I'm going back, what, about 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
And like I said, because I'm, you know, doing this job, and you just lose track of what day it is. You just, are you in work? Is it a day off? And I actually bought an alarm clock that said the time and said what day it was. And that was brilliant, but it didn't last very long. It was one of these cheap, you know, cheap imported things, but
I went to work once.
it was great while it did work.
I went to work one Monday morning and I thought, it's a bit strange, there's no traffic. And I'm driving down the road and I goes to unlock the car park to where I worked. No cars in there. I thought, this is a bit strange, what's going on? And I remembered it was Bank Holiday Monday, we were shut. Bank Holiday Monday is a strange holiday that we have in the UK. Nothing to do with banks, is it? I don't
Mind
think.
you, I think it was in the past, in the very, very dim and distant past.
Yeah.
But I think the Americans, do you have Labour Day? And
Yeah.
I think Thanksgiving for them is
for their
the equivalent
days,
of like our bank holidays.
Yeah. But I mean, I actually unlocked the car park gates and looked in and there wasn't a... Normally I had to struggle to find a parking space.
Yeah.
But there was nobody there. And I'm thinking, this is ever so strange. Let it dawn on me.
Well, I know I went to work on Sunday. I was on a day shift, And I just thought, why can't it be like this every other day, week? It was luxury. There was hardly any traffic on the road.
Yeah.
It was a proper clear run I had, and I've got a fair distance to go, but it was just a joy to be out there.
Well, whenever there was a big update going on with the computers and everything, occasionally they used to ask some of us to volunteer to do a weekend. Not that there was any customers coming in.
No.
And do you know the amount of stuff we could get done?
Yeah.
You know, because the customers weren't coming in. Because you can put everything all over the desks.
Yeah.
And get stuck into what you're supposed to be doing, you know. And plus it was overtime.
Oh well, that's always a bonus.
And we used to order sandwiches in, you know, everything like that. We
had a good atmosphere.
Oh, it was a nice atmosphere because we were all in casual clothes for a start.
Yeah.
We weren't in our formals, you know, suit and tie jobs and all that jazz. And it was just a different atmosphere. And we used to get piles of work done. We could have never done it if the customers had kept coming in.
No.
Oh, next door's back in there. I think. Unless it's the ghost telling us he's really here.
No, it's next door.
No, it's next door.
What will like?
I'm sure they've got a trampoline or something next door.
Mind you, 2 small kids.
Yeah. But you know when you hear this knock, and it's too rhythmic and it goes on for too long. It's not anybody like knocking a nail in or anything because it goes on. And it's exactly the same pattern. And it's like bump, 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 bump. And it goes on for hours, you know, bump, 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 bump. And then it'll stop and then you think, oh, that's nice. Then it'll do that bump, 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 bump. So I'm sure they have a trampoline. Either that or he never gets fed up of jumping on his bed. You know,
I was thinking what could make that, you know.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
Dog's making funny noises, but
That's
Poppy
grunting.
having a proper good old snore.
Yeah, just trying to think what I've been watching. I told you I was watching that Laura Sapido, didn't I?
Yeah.
She was doing finger crochet.
I know, I
I've
shall
never
have to
actually
go home and have a look.
managed to do that finger crocheting. Maybe because I've got little short fingers and I've got no fingernails. That could be something to do with it. Because she's got lovely long slim fingers, this woman, and a long fingernail. She sort of like hooks it through. Ephraim could do that, couldn't he?
Yeah.
He could do that.
That's it, it's all like inbuilt crochet hooks.
Yeah, he has them on the end of his fingers.
Yeah.
Hi Ephraim, you there? Hope you've enjoyed your holiday.
Oh, has he been on holiday?
Well, he was going to visit some friends for
What?
2 or 3 weeks, but then he had a bereavement, I think, in the middle of it all.
Oh dear.
So, I haven't heard from him since. So, Ephraim, if you say hello, please.
That's it, yes.
Let us know you're okay. And, yeah, there's been 1 or 2 bereavements and things knocking about on my, you know, YouTube friends and things. Yeah. Linda crazy for yarn, she lost her husband suddenly. Sorry, Linda, if you're watching. Thinking of you, dear, thinking of you. Totally unexpected, you know.
Yeah.
So there's quite a few people who've lost relatives, mums, yeah. Been a sad time all around.
Yeah.
And it's almost 12 months to the day since I lost Buster.
Well, flipping heck, I hadn't realised.
I lost Buster on the 27th and I lost my brother on the 29th.
Yeah.
So it's nearly 12 months for both of them.
Crikey, where does time go? They do say when, you know, the older you get, the quicker it goes. And
It's really shot round since I lost Buster. I lost my brother as well, yeah.
yeah.
And my eldest niece went to hospital on Monday. She's had 6 suspicious moles removed. I think they're on it back.
Yeah.
So we're waiting
Was
for...
she back out the same day?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
just a stitch in each one. She's had a back was sore, but she couldn't have a shower that was bothering her more.
Yeah.
Because she's one of these, you know, super clean. Not the time, not now. I've got my new shower.
Well, it's very posh. I've
Yeah.
actually been able to inspect it today.
I mean, what I liked was yesterday I did my hair roots. So this morning I thought, well, I'll have a quick shower, but I didn't really want to wash my hair. So mine's got like the overhead shower, and it's also got the little side shower. So I was able to angle the side shower so that I just had my shower from like
Yeah.
the neck down, if you know what I mean. And I didn't have to wet my hair. Obviously I had to pin my hair up.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to wash my hair today. I wanted my colour to set a
Yeah.
bit more. I mean, I'll wash it tomorrow, but I like to give it a day, you know, to set in. So I didn't want to wash my hair this morning.
Oh, I'm going to wash mine every morning. Bedhead when I get up. Oh, it's awful. It's all over.
Mine was just...
With it being so short now,
Yeah.
it's like I'm, Johnny Rotten.
Yeah. Mine goes into really fuzzy, funny curls when it's wet. And yet, if I let it dry, it just goes weird. But then as soon as I put a comb to it or a brush, it just goes dead straight, like pokers. But when I come out of the shower and I've just dried it with a towel, it's just like a mass of weird curls. My mum always used to say I had curly hair. Ginger curly hair, can you imagine? How you can go from ginger curly hair to black, I don't know. Because by the time I was about 2, it was black, my hair.
Yeah. Mine knew. My kids, both of them, were very, very blonde.
Mm.
When they were little. And it sort of darkened.
Yeah.
And I know my hair I used to be quite ginger.
I've just got to say you look
But
like
it's
a bright
gone.
ginger.
Darker over time.
Yeah.
I was never a carrot sort of ginger. I was more of a copper sort of ginger.
Well,
And I never got called
there was no coloured photographs.
any names or anything.
No coloured photographs when I was a baby, so I have no idea. My brother apparently was white blonde until he was about 13. My mother blamed it on quiffs and brill cream.
Oh. No, I think it's just a natural occurrence that,
Yeah, but as soon
your
as
hair
he started
darkens.
putting brill cream on his hair and putting it in the quiff, his hair went this like dirty blonde. And by the time I remember him, it was sort of like a light brown. But there's photographs of him and he was absolutely white blonde.
Yeah.
And our Ian was white blonde up to being about 5, 6 years old.
Right.
Absolutely that see-through white blonde, yeah. But Alan apparently was blonde as well. That's my ex-husband. He apparently was a blonde. But I was so dark that I couldn't understand why Ian was so blonde. He's still quite fair, Ian. Even though he's got no hair.
Do you know?
He's still
never,
quite
but you see people and then when you're asked questions, I'm thinking, is he?
Yeah, well he's got no hair, has he? So that's why you don't know. He does shave it off, I should tell you, but he hasn't got any hair anyway. He started to go bald when he was about 21 or something. He was very upset about that. And yet his dad's got absolutely masses of hair. So it's not genetic.
I knew it comes from the mother's side.
Yeah, my dad.
Male, does he call it male pattern baldness or something? But it comes from the mother's genes rather than...
My dad was bald when he got married, my dad. My grandma used to say he'd blown his hair away on his motorbike. I don't know whether it was. She said, and then when he used to wear a helmet, she said wearing a tight helmet had squashed his, his hair follicles. Because his dad, funny enough, I can remember my granddad just about, he had a lot of hair. And
he didn't have a motorbike?
No.
Well, there you go then.
But
it's proven.
But my dad's brothers went bald and they didn't have a motorbike either. So.
Right, I've got to say, I'm getting a bit worried.
No, Grandma's theory.
The minute I put my helmet on now, I'm going to take it off and there's nothing there.
Well, Trish's got lots of hair and she puts an helmet on, doesn't she? So. Oh, do you want a sleepy dog? Eh?
Look at him. You're spoilt, you are. He says, I know, leave me alone.
Oh, Gigi, how can you say such a thing? Life revolves around you, that's all, doesn't it?
Hey up, Poppy.
Oh, Poppy.
Please don't.
Poppy's got her ankles up now.
Her feet are right near the tripod.
Yeah.
Anything could happen.
We've got this new regime.
If we suddenly fall off.
We all know where we've got. We've got this new regime with Gigi. We've got a spray bottle of only water. We're trying to cure him of this bad habit he's got of running behind people and nipping at their ankles. It's got to be stopped.
And he's just firm with him, because he used to do that when I, when
Yeah.
he first started having him when I came.
He
And
absolutely will not leave my son alone.
I was just
The minute he
really
comes through the
firm
door,
with him.
when he
And
comes through the door, he starts. He just doesn't get on with my son.
No, I was just very firm with him, and he stopped it
So now they've got
quite quickly, didn't he?
They've got a water spray bottle now, and they threaten him with that, and he runs away. He does get sprayed occasionally. He's learning now. He's learning.
If he's learning, if it's,
It's not harming him, he's just getting a
No.
bit wet, that's all. But it's not harming him. It's better than doing anything horrible to him,
Oh,
isn't it?
God, yeah.
All he does is, he doesn't like water, Gigi, so... He won't go out in the rain. You never seen a dog tiptoe as much as it's raining when he goes for a wee. He literally... And he slides down the side of the wall, and then he makes a run for the steps, and then he slides along the side of the decking, as much out of the rain as he can. He just doesn't like getting wet at all, do he, kid? I know when his dad comes for him at night, like he sits in the porch and if it's raining, he's like, do I have to go out there in this rain? He is so funny.
He's lovely.
Yeah. Anyway, what's our next on the agenda with your crocheting?
I've got to carry on with the stars.
Oh, yes.
I've got to crochet a galaxy.
Well, I'm not sure what I'm doing next, except I'm crocheting that furry stuff up. The one I got the new hook for.
Mind you, after saying that, I've done it again. I was looking at one of Jan's crochet books.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm thinking, that looks like several bits of yarn together.
Yeah.
I thought, I've got something similar.
Yeah.
So it's a case of, I've got to stop myself from rushing on, getting that out, and not doing my stars.
Well, the 12mm hook that I had was plastic and I couldn't get it to slide on this particular wool. It'll probably slide on wool that's not fuzzy. But being as I've just treated myself to a new hook, Sue's going with the old hook. Because I don't need two of them, do I? So.
Well, no, you're not going to do it
No,
double-handed, are you?
No, I don't need two. And actually, I think I've ordered a wooden one as well. So.
Right. So you can see which one. But that Knit Pro one.
Yeah, I really like that one.
It really does feel nice.
But I don't think I'm going to like the smaller ones because I think they've got that blip. You know,
yeah, they've got a proper, like, sort of hook, shank, handle.
Yeah.
Whereas that bigger one
is just...
It's
level, isn't it, with the yeah.
There's a word for it that I was going to use.
I'll show you what I mean. But I'm funny because I've got these knitting needles that are like 15mm. So I wanted to knit that hat with. And it looks like the points are kind of glued on. And there's just that tiny little feeling, as you go
on the seam, if you would,
yeah. And these modern needles don't slide. You know the old-fashioned aero needles and that?
Yeah.
I don't know what they used to coat the plastic with, but they used to slide.
Yeah.
Whereas these plastic ones, I think the pony ones, they don't, they're like, when you're trying to go down them.
Yeah.
I just wish there was something, maybe you could spray them with silicone spray or something or other, I don't know.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't want that getting on the yarn, would you, if it came off? I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't understand why they're not shiny and slidey enough. And yet I don't really want metal or wooden ones because they'd be so heavy for me to hold.
Yeah.
15mm, 25mm, something like that. They'd be like holding two wooden pokers, wouldn't they? They'd really hurt my arms, yeah. I don't know what the answer is. If you know what the answer is, right, let us on a postcard, please. Let us on a postcard, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
How can you make non-slidey plastic
slider
knitting needles slidey?
I know you can something dead simple like,
yeah,
rub them with wax or something.
Yeah, rub them with a...
I know you used to do. We used to rub with a wax can zips if you had a sticky zip.
And drawers. When your drawers used to stick, you used to rub it with a solid candle, didn't you? Yeah. I got told that with wooden or bamboo needles and hooks, that if you rub them in your hair, the natural
the natural
oils out your hair, it makes them work easier. Yeah.
I can just imagine you sat there.
Yeah,